Dina, thanks for joining me.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
What do people need to know about perinatal loss?
That it affects more people than we've ever really imagined because it was never talked about in the past, and that it's okay to grieve these babies. They were important parts of the families, no matter what the gestation was, and that the more that we grieve and recognize these babies, it's a healthier healing process for the families.
Why do you say that there's more than we know about?
Because in the past people didn't talk about it, and sometimes people don't even realize that they've had a miscarriage in the early stages of pregnancy. So while we try and gather numbers, we know that perinatal loss affects people right across the spectrum, and it doesn't matter what's in your bank account or what your education is.
And it really ranges from, as you said, miscarriage to, giving birth to a baby who dies after.
Exactly. We kind of, in the category, it calls it from conception to about 1 month after is the neonatal period, the perinatal period. But, babies can pass away later on too, and we include those babies.
Why did you want to get involved in this program?
Our first baby passed away at 4 days old from multiple anomalies that we didn't know about at that time, and there was no supports, and that was pre-web, and going to the libraries, there was really nothing to draw from and no support groups out there, and so it's just been over the 35 years that I've been a nurse that it's been a passion of mine to make sure that these babies are recognized.
How has it changed? You mentioned that there wasn't anything back then. How have you seen it change over the years and even to now with what's available to people?
Oh, there's so much available now. We have people donating blankets and baskets and outfits for the babies, toys for the babies, Kleenex for the families. There's support groups out there that are, in-person support and online support groups that are there to help people with despair in the middle of the night. You can go online and contact someone. There's lots of really good literature and books out there honoring babies and people telling their stories, so it's come a long way. And just the fact that we talk about it is a huge step.
What's maybe the next step for this? Is it just more awareness, more people talking about it? Will that make this even easier for people, even though it's something incredibly difficult to deal with?
Absolutely. The more that people recognize that it's okay to talk about these babies, not to forget about these babies, and that it's okay to go ahead and support these families and recognize these losses, it'll be much easier, and it'll be a society that's comfortable recognizing that loss can affect us in any fashion.
I know that in the past you wouldn't get to know the sex of your baby, or maybe you wouldn't name the baby, and I know that's changed as well.
It has changed now, and even if you don't know the sex, there's lots of gender neutral names out there, so we name the babies, and we have people going back and naming the babies that they maybe had 50 years ago and didn't have the opportunity to name a baby or don't even know where that baby's buried. And so now they're recognizing them and honoring them in different ways through donations or just Christmas ornaments hanging on the tree to remember the baby that they lost.
How can people out there that see this, how can they help the cause?
Well, there's all sorts of opportunities. There's a memorial gathering coming up at the beginning on October the 1st that the Regina Qu'appelle Health Region has information on their website about. And there's a memorial walk that the Silent Hearts on Facebook has a really good website about. And just being able to go up to families and say, I'm sorry that you lost your baby, and just remembering those babies.
Dina, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.